Involving the resignation of Governor Andrew Cuomo, and we're going to talk about that in our next half hour. But we want to wrap up the town hall tonight by really zeroing in on the significance of what's going to come next.
And that will be the inauguration of the state's first ever female governor. Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul will take over, as we mentioned, in 2 weeks.
And joining us live with her thoughts right now is Amy Habib Rittling, a partner and employment team leader at Lippes Matthias, a law firm here in Buffalo, and someone who has long advocated for more diversity in leadership in all different parts of our society. Amy, thanks so much for coming on and sharing some of your time.
Thank you for having me.
And Amy, our colleague Claudine Ewing wisely noted in her report earlier today that New York State has the distinction of being home to the birthplace of the women's rights movement in America. So we're 173 years out from that first convention, and we're just talking about a woman leading the state. We're wondering about your reaction to the day's events, but specifically interested in your thoughts about how significant it is that a woman will lead New York State for the very first time.
It is. I mean, certainly it's unprecedented times that we have right now, and believing that, the very act of Lieutenant Governor Hochul taking office is going to open the door that much wider to women across the state and really across New York State, right, and across the country. New York is one of the largest, most powerful states in the country, and to now know that we will have a female leading our great state is a pretty remarkable event. And in addition, she's going to be leading the country with many other female leaders, which I think is also really exciting. The new lieutenant governor, after Lieutenant Governor Hochul becomes governor of our state, is going to be the majority leader of the Senate, who's a woman right now. Of course, we have Letitia James as Attorney General, who's also a woman. And our very own Crystal Peoples-Stokes is still serving as majority leader in the Assembly. So I think it's just unprecedented all the way around that these women will be serving together and leading our great state.
You're a previous Athena Award winner. You know about female leaders and leadership. You are one. What is your assessment of the current situation in New York State, I guess more broadly? You just mentioned a lot of females are now in these key leadership positions, but we are behind, it seems, a lot of the rest of the country in getting to this point.
I think we've now become the 31st state to have a female governor, which is, you could say that's a little behind, but I will say New York has really been at the forefront, particularly coming from my employment experience and workplace experience, has been at the forefront in enacting and enhancing workplace protections for women. And they've been a leader and many of these areas, as we've heard so much about over the last several months in sexual harassment, but also strengthening equal pay rights, strengthening so many other components to the workplace to enable women to remain in the workplace and to continue to develop and grow and be promoted to leadership positions. And Kathy Hochul herself has been a very ardent and vocal supporter of these initiatives while she's been part of this administration. And I expect that that's just going to continue in under her leadership.
And quickly, Amy, we hear the term representation matters. It matters to have leaders who reflect the people they're leading. How much do you think having Kathy Hochul as governor will impact women in New York State, and in what ways do you think that's going to be the most significant?
I think that's the most exciting part about this opportunity for the state. And I think it's not just limited to politics, right? We're going to, as you said, women will see women in leadership positions in the most important political leadership position in New York State. And when you see people that look similar to you, it allows you to think that this could be you one day, and you can dream and aspire to be like her. And I think that will be seen by more elections for women running for office, whether it's town board, whether it's Congress. And I think you're going to see it in the business world too, women seeking the promotion, moving up the corporate leadership ladder, all the way down to, frankly, the classroom, right? Young women running for class president.
Attorney Amy Habib Rittling is a partner and employment team leader at Lippes Matthias. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us. Good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
And our coverage of the governor's resignation continues after a quick break. Scott and Mary Alice are back with Channel 2 News at 6.